Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Lily. I am so happy that you are here with me today. In today's video, I am going to show you how I make my soft cover journals. For some reason, I thought I had already done a video where I show you how I make the soft cover journals, but apparently I haven't. So I have had several requests to show you how I do it. It is super easy, you guys. A few easy steps, and you will also be able to make your own beautiful soft cover journal and minimal supplies, okay? So let me show you what we are going to use. So I've got this beautiful fabric. I just picked this fabric up at Hobby Lobby. I went to the grocery store and all of a sudden I found myself at Hobby Lobby, and then I walked past this beautiful fabric and it ended up in my basket. But it coordinates so well with the new digitals that I'm going to work with. Now, in just a moment, I am going to give you a sneak peek of the Tu Casa de Papel digitals that I will be working with. Now, I'm working on the cover today, okay? We're only going to work on the soft cover, but I am going to give you a sneak peek of the beautiful digitals that I will be using for the inside of this journal. But that will be a whole separate video, and I'll show you that in the near future, probably shortly after this one uploads, okay? But for today, we are going to focus strictly on the soft cover journal, or the soft journal cover, okay? Let's see what else. Okay, so we've got this beautiful fabric. Isn't that gorgeous? The colors coordinate so well with that digital kit that we're going to be working with, and I'll talk about that specific kit in just a moment. Once I flip the camera over, I will show you the digitals that we are going to work with, and it's going to blow your mind because I cannot believe how well it coordinates with this. And it was just by happenstance. I happened to be walking past this fabric when I brought it home, and it just matched up so beautifully with that digital kit. You're going to love it. You are going to love it. Okay. The other thing that we are going to work with is fun foam. Fun foam. So it's super pliable, really thin, and it adds a little bit of weight to the journal cover. And I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. So I've got a couple here, and this is stuff that is left over from back in the days when I was making photo booth props. I was using fun foam for photo booth props, and that was, I don't know, maybe like 2015. Yeah, it's been a while. This is some old stuff, but it was a big package, and I thought it was perfect to use in journals. So how perfect was that? I will have an Amazon affiliate link down below that will take you to my Amazon storefront, and you'll be able to see similar fun foam that I have listed in my Amazon affiliate link. I do earn a small commission if you do purchase from my Amazon storefront, so thank you in advance. It does not impact you in any way whatsoever. Okay, let me show you some of the journals, or not journals, journal covers that I have worked on, because I got a little bit crazy and I got a little bit carried away with other colors. And even though I already had these pre-made, and they're beautiful, they just didn't go with the digital kit that I wanted to use. So hold on to that, and I'll show you what that is in just a moment. But look at how beautiful this is. And this also has the fun foam right in the center. You would never know. Now, if you don't have fun foam, or if you don't want to use fun foam, you can also use batting, okay? But fun foam works great, and I have been working with the fun foam for a few years now, making these journal covers, and they hold up really, really well. And so the fun foam is sandwiched between two layers of fabric, and I even used one of these We Are Memory Keepers eyelets. Those are also in my Amazon storefront. And then I did some zigzag stitching all the way around, and then I used some fun, some pinking shears specifically for fabric, and I'll show you that. So I'm going to go through all of the steps and show you all the steps, the process to make this. It doesn't take very long. I think my intro is longer than the actual video. I know, I get chatty. Okay, let me show you another one because they're all so cute. So here, I didn't show you, wait, let me go back to this one. Okay, so I will typically use a different fabric to line the inside than the outside. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh my gosh, this one is so beautiful, so nice. And then I've got, look at this one. Oh my gosh, this one is going to be so, so beautiful. Like, I'm ready for spring, you guys. I know it's December, it's Christmas time, but I'm planning in advance. So look at how beautiful this one is. Look at that. Look at the inside, the gingham. I love the gingham. Okay, and then let's see. I've got another one that's the same. And then, oh, look at this one. This one is also really pretty. Look at this fabric. So pretty. And these are ready to go. I like to use single signatures in this type of journal, which is about 20 pages. And then I add all of the ephemera and embellishments, and it makes it for a nice chunky journal. And then I'll use a pretty ribbon to tie it closed. And so you could do two, but I always like to just use one signature in this type of journal. And I love these two. These are my favorite. My other favorite are the cereal box journal covers that I like to make, but these are my favorite too. So look at the inside of this one. Also a very, this is a very subtle like checkerboard. And then this one here, look at how gorgeous this one is. Oh my gosh. Look at that. So, so pretty. And then here's another bird fabric one. So you can combine and you can mix up the fabrics, coordinating fabrics. Look at this. Oh, this is so pretty. This is the outside, but look at the inside. Oh my, this one is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to work on this one. This one is gorgeous. And then I've got, oh, another one of the florals. Isn't that gorgeous? These I made in the summertime. I made a few of these, and then I also made a few extra covers while I was at it. Because if you know me by now, I can't just work on one single journal. I work in masses, you guys. I don't know how to just do one at a time. And so here's another one of those. Okay, so now that I've shown you all of the covers that I have already made, how about we get started and make one together? So grab your fabric, grab some batting, grab some fun foam, and we can get started. I am only using one fabric, so unlike the other ones, this journal cover is going to have the same fabric on the outside and on the inside. Okay, enough chatty. You guys ready to get started? Let's go! So here is a great view of this beautiful, beautiful fabric. Because, you know, I couldn't stop moving it in the intro. And this is a Waverly fabric. And like I mentioned a moment ago, it is from Hobby Lobby. It says dry clean only, just to give you more details about the fabric. And it feels like a canvas fabric, like something that was either was meant for maybe pillows, maybe something like that, but pillow covers. But it's nice and sturdy, but yet pliable, so not too stiff. Okay, and here is the fun part. I thought, since I am going to be using this cover for my design team project in collaboration with Yvette from Tu Casa de Papel, why not show you what this beautiful digital printable kit looks like. This is called Mi Cocina, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Mi Cocina translates to my kitchen. So it is going to be perfect. It is not going to be, I don't think I'm going to make it like specific for like a kitchen, but it's just going to be an all-purpose type journal with all of these beautiful elements in it. The colors throughout this kit are gorgeous, and they coordinate so well with this fabric. I know I said that like 100 times, but look, just the way they lay on top of this fabric, you can tell how beautiful they are going to coordinate together. So I had already started to fussy cut a lot of the little elements in there, and I will be using them and sprinkling them throughout the signature pages. And I'm going to flip through the pages really quick of the kit so you can see how well they go together. And it really was just pure happenstance. I had no idea that they were going to mesh, that the fabric was going to mesh so well with the kit. Like, I didn't take the papers with me to Hobby Lobby. But because I love these papers and I was drawn to this fabric,
it was just meant to be. Like, you know what you like and what you're attracted to, and I think that's what drew me in to this beautiful fabric. So I know it's going to be gorgeous. So in this video, we're only going to work specifically on the soft cover, but I do want to give you a sneak peek as to the digital kit that I'm going to be using, and it is just gorgeous. If you want to get your hands on this kit and maybe we want to work on this together, I do have Yvette's Etsy shop linked in the description area below. And don't forget to use, I have a discount code for you guys. It is Lily20. So Lily20 applies to all of the digitals in her shop. She's got tons of digitals, lots of color and vibrancy, and this one has to be one of my favorites. And the best part is that it has recipe cards, you guys. And I love using recipe cards in my journals, not only to jot down recipes, but I love using them for journaling onto. And so hop on over. Yvette has a great selection of digital printables in her shop. And just jot down the discount code so that you don't forget to use it at checkout. I also want to show you the papers that I use when I print my digitals. This is my favorite paper. It is the HP Premium 32, and it is so satiny soft. And then I use this one by Epson, and this is a matte presentation paper. I use both of them. The Epson paper I like to use when I print out tags and recipe cards and that type of ephemera, something that I'm going to be using a lot, you know, to journal on, or I want it to have a little bit more weight. But all of the other pages, like the signature pages, this is my go-to paper right here. And I will also have these linked down below in my Amazon storefront, and I will have direct links to these if you are interested in these. Thank you in advance if you make a purchase from my store. And now I wanted to also show you the package of the fun foam that I've been using. But like I said, this one goes back a ways. I want to say I've had this one, maybe 2015, maybe 2014. But I was crazy making photo booth props for a while. And this fun foam worked perfect for that. And so this is the brand that I used. They are large sheets. They measure 12 by 18. So they're 18 inches long and then 12 inches wide. But I can get 2 covers from this one sheet. I do have a similar product in my Amazon storefront if you want to go and take a look. So you can see how I've already cut one of these sheets right down the middle. So then I end up with 2 that measure 9 by 12. And 9 by 12 is the perfect size for a journal cover. So how perfect was that? You get 2 for 1. And just so you know, since I cut down the 2 pieces of black fun foam, I'm actually going to work on 2 covers because I don't know how to just work on one. But for this video, I'm only going to show you the one that I make. But just know that I made a second one. And so I'm bringing in one of the others that I made. I love this, and I love this animal print. Animal print will never ever run out of style. It is my absolute favorite. And it's only been just recently that I started incorporating it into my junk journals. And I thought, you know, if I love it in my home decor, in my clothing, why not add a little bit of it in my journals as well? And the print on the outside is gorgeous. And I love the inside. So I just wanted to give you another peek as to what the finished product is going to look like. Super, super fun. And I am using fabric pinking shears, which I will use after I sew everything down together. So I take my fun foam and I'm going to place it over the fabric and just cut around it. Maybe leave a 1/2 inch border all the way around the fun foam. I will tell you, I do have a fabric rotary cutter and I also have a self-healing cutting mat. But I'm very limited on my craft table, and so I couldn't bring that out. because it's under all kinds of other stuff, you guys. And so I'm just going to use my scissors. But if you have a rotary cutter and a mat, it will actually be much easier to cut the fabric. I struggled a little bit cutting around it because I've not filmed this process before. So trying to keep the fabric and the fun foam within the camera frame was a little bit tricky, and trying to cut around it was a little bit tricky as well, and then keeping it in place. So I will end up reaching for a couple of heavy objects just to keep the fun foam in place so that I could trim around it. And it's really not that complicated to cut around. It just looks, it maybe looks a little bit complicated because I'm struggling, but again, struggling because I'm filming the process. It's easier when I'm not filming it, of course. So reached over for this candle because it's pretty heavy. It's going to keep that fun foam in place, allowing me to have that 1/2 inch border all the way around. And so I am going to cut 2 of these, one for the outside and then one for the inside. And so here's something else even heavier, just to keep it down. This is the cover. This is a really cute dish that I've had for so many years. It was a candle at once upon a time that was gifted to me. And now it holds all of my paper clips. I'll show it to you one day. I think it's really, really cute. Okay, so easily, if you have fabric scissors, oh my gosh, fabric scissors, they cut like butter. And so notice how I wrote fabric only on those scissors. And I do that just in case anyone gets into my scissor stash in my drawer. I've cautioned them that those are strictly for fabric because these are not allowed. No one's actually allowed in my scissor drawer, but you never know when I turn my back on my supplies. So it's very clear which ones they can use for paper and then which ones they can use for fabric. So this really is a pretty easy, basic cover. It doesn't take a lot of supplies. I do use the sewing machine to stitch all around it. But other than that, it is a pretty easy project, and I think you will enjoy this. I love the soft covers. I love how pliable they are, and I love how you can use so many different fabrics. Now, I bought a yard of this because I love it so much, but I didn't need a yard of it. I could have probably used, maybe 1/2 yard, but I just love it so much, and I think I'm probably going to go back and get some more. That's how much I love it. And maybe I'll actually make some pillow covers. I love it that much, you guys. Okay, so now I'm just measuring to make sure that I do have enough all the way around. And then I have a little bit of excess there on that right-hand side. So I'm going to trim away that excess. And then let's see, what else was I going to say? I was going to say something and I completely forgot. I know I get sidetracked. That strip that I'm cutting off, I don't throw that away. I have a Ziploc bag, a gallon size bag, where I throw in all of these, like, I use it for ribbon scraps. And that looks like a ribbon to me, so it's going in there because you never know. And I'll use it for something eventually. Nothing goes to waste, everybody. Nothing goes to waste. I was thinking about taking this piece to the iron because I wasn't too happy with that crease. But then I'm going to glue it down and I'm going to smooth it over, and that crease kind of disappears after. I do use some glue. I forgot to mention that. And to hold the fabric in place as I run it through the sewing machine. Now, this is how I make it, you guys. And I know that once you're watching this, you're probably going to come up with your own ideas as to how to cut, how to glue. And that's great because this will provide you with some type of inspiration, I hope, so that you can create your own. I'm showing you how I do it and, what works for me. I grab the Fabri-Tac and I'm just going to do a light coating of glue to hold the fabric in place. I have used glue stick, the purple glue stick in the past, and that has worked really well. And what I like about fabric tack is that it doesn't seep through the fabric. But then again, this fabric is a little heavier, like a canvas, more than, you know, a little bit heavier than your regular, like cotton fabric, lightweight cotton fabric. And then I just smooth it over and notice how that crease just magically disappears. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Run a very thin amount of glue. And it's really to hold it in place, and it works really, really well. Once your journal is completed and then you fold it and you have your signature, it kind of pulls on the fabric on the outside a little bit so everything smooths out. And I have been making these soft covers for a while now, for several years. And I love these. I love these for single signatures. And I've had them in my Etsy shop. They do very well in my Etsy shop. And I've also, it's my favorite type of journal to gift is this kind right here. Okay, so smoothing it over. I think I end up grabbing like a little squeegee. I don't know what this thing is called. Squeegee, and just smoothing it over. Make sure there's no globs or blobs of glue, making sure everything is smooth. And now I am going to take it to the sewing machine. And it might be a little bit tricky in the sewing machine. I go around it very carefully, so I'm showing you where the foam is and how much excess I have around the fun foam. As I'm running it through the sewing machine, I'm going to go very slow around the sewing machine, making sure that I sew the fabric and the fun foam, and I don't go outside of that fun foam. So just very slow, just kind of guide it through the sewing machine, and you'll kind of feel where that edge is, and just stay within the foam. Does that make sense? Stay within the foam. My sewing machine is in a completely different area. It's like behind me. But if this is something you want to see in the future, if you want me to do a redo of this, I can plan ahead and bring in the sewing machine and show you how I did this. But I just sewed very carefully, very slowly, and made sure that I stayed on the fun foam. I hope that makes sense. So now I'm going to take my fabric pinking shears, and I am going to, just outside of that fun foam, I'm not going to cut into the fun foam. I am going to very carefully just trim right around that fun foam edge. And so I'm kind of holding it up, and believe it or not, you can't tell here in the camera, but the light kind of shines through, and I can kind of see where the fun foam is sandwiched between the two layers of fabric. But I'm also using my left hand to feel for that fun foam edge, making sure I don't cut into it. So that's why I had said earlier that the most tedious part about making this journal is probably using the pinking shears to trim all around the edge. But also the sewing. Now, sewing is completely optional. If you don't want to run this through the sewing machine, you don't have to. Excuse me, just use a little bit more adhesive around the edges so that it doesn't come apart. You can also do hand stitching around the edges. So there are so many options. And so I only hope that this inspires you to create your own soft cover, soft journal cover. I keep saying soft cover journal, soft journal cover. And that you're inspired to create your own. Notice how I will fold. I'm folding that edge down a little bit just so I can get an idea of where the fun foam edge is. And then I just go slow, match up the ziggy zaggies with the scissors, and just cut along that edge. It did not take me very long to create this journal. I have edited some things out but I want to say maybe all in all it took me about 30 minutes. As long as you have all of your supplies ready to go, your fabric, your fun foam, your sewing machine is ready, it's threaded, you've got your full bobbin, and you have your scissors ready to go, the process goes by fairly quick. Just be patient when it comes to sewing and also cutting around the edges. If you don't want to use pinking shears, you don't have to. You can use just regular scissors. I do like the way that that zigzag detail looks on the finished product. It adds for a very nice touch. It just shows that you've taken the time to really add that special touch and add those beautiful details to your handmade projects. So I like it. I really like it. It's very pretty. And so I will be working on 2 journals. It didn't start out that way. In all honesty, I really did try to just work on 1 journal cover. But after I cut the 2 black fun foam sheets, well, the large fun foam sheet into 2 pieces, I thought, okay, I have all of the supplies out. I already have the fabric out. I have everything. Let's just go ahead and let's just make 2 while we're at it. So I will be working on 2 of them, just so you know, because that's just how I do. I cannot just stick to 1. I know I try. And look at this. It is so gorgeous already. So I am going to add an eyelet, and you've seen how I like to use the wide We Are Memory Keeper eyelets. They also add a nice detail to the journals. So I'm taking my ruler, and the fun foam, remember the fun foam is 9 inches. It'll be 9 inches in length, and after it's been folded, it'll be 6 inches wide. So I am just marking the center point, which will be at 4.5, and that is where I am going to add the eyelet. I get a lot of questions about those eyelets. They are by We Are Memory Keepers. It is a wide eyelet. I will have a direct link to those if you are interested in those in my to my Amazon affiliate link, so you can go and take a look. They come in an array of colors, but these are my go-tos right here. I do have others in purple hues and in fuchsias. They also have some in gold and bronze, and those are usually the ones that I use the most. And sometimes those are out of stock, but they come back. Anyway, I'll have a link for you if you want to go and take a look. I'll also have a link to this tool right here, which is the Crop-A-Dile. It is super handy and easy on the hands. It punches 2 different types of holes, especially for these larger, wider eyelets. And I'll have a link to that one as well down in the description area below. If you have any questions about any of the items that I'm using, I will try to add as much information in that description area. Just open it up. Or if you have any questions, if I missed anything, if you want specific details about anything that I have done, please feel free to leave me a comment, leave me a question, and I'm happy to answer that. Before I pressed down on that eyelet, I made sure that it went through before I crimped it. So now I am lining it up, and I'm going to mark where I'm going to add the second eyelet on the back cover. Here is a super important note, you guys. Make sure when you are adding the eyelet that you add it to the right side. Yes, do not add the eyelet upside down. Do you know what I mean? Where you have the top on the inside and then the other with the top on the outside. Don't do that. So make sure, this is what I'm doing right here, because I almost put that second eyelet on there upside down. So just make sure they are both right side up. Make sure that it goes all the way through, and then you crimp it. Yes, because I've done it. I've done it several times where I will add the second eyelet upside down. And do you know how hard it is to remove an eyelet from a cover? It is very difficult. And you have to be very careful so that you don't damage the cover. So be careful. Plan ahead. Because you don't want to do the hard work afterwards. I love how it turned out. That signature is going to be so beautiful. I'm going to add a few more embellishments to the outside cover, but I think you are going to love the flip through. And so once I have that flip through done, I'm going to link it down below, but watch out for that video in a couple of days. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera over, so don't go away because I have something fun to share with you, okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching that. What did you think about it? Did you love it? Are you going to make one? I love how it turned out, and I really love the look of having the same fabric on the inside and on the outside. Now, I will tell you, if you only do the fabric on the outside, it kind of stretches your fabric so that you can work on so many more journals. But I thought it would be fun this one time because I love this one so much, and doesn't it coordinate so well with the digital kit? And I wanted to make sure that the inside looks just as good as the outside. I mean, regardless of what fabric I would have chosen for the inside, it would have looked great. But because this coordinates so well with the digital kit, I wanted to make sure it was on the inside. So I hope you guys love this. I hope you will make some of these journal covers. I don't think that the process is too difficult. Just a few steps, maybe a little bit tedious when it comes to cutting the little zigzaggedy here on the edge, but we're crafters, you guys. We're makers. We can make it happen, right? And guess what? Guess what? I'm feeling a little bit generous. And so I am going to randomly select 2 or 3 of you. Yeah. And I'm going to send you out a journal. Some of the ones that I already have made, because this one's already taken for the new journal that I'm going to be working on with Yvette, with Tu Casa de Papel. So, oh yeah, don't forget, if you want to see that digital, I will have that link down below. Go visit Yvette at Tu Casa de Papel in her Etsy shop so that you can pick up that digital kit called Mi Cocina, because it's absolutely beautiful. And I will have the video, the full flip through. Once this is completed, I'm hoping to have it up in the next couple of days so that you can see the full completed journal. It is going to be so beautiful. I know you're going to love it. Okay, getting back to my random giveaway. So I will select 2 or 3 of you in the comments, and I will reach out to you and send you one of these soft covers. So 2 or 3 of you is what I will do. So let me know something. Let me know what you think about the cover. Let me know if you plan on making one. Just leave me a comment below. And how many days will I give it? Okay, let's see. Today is the, what's today's date? What if I go through the 20th of December? Okay, so between now and the 20th of December, leave me a comment down below, and I will randomly select a few of you, and I will reach out to you so that I can send you one of my handmade journals. What do you think about that? So I hope that it won't be completed, so you're going to have to finish the inside, but I think I'm going to give you a great head start with the cover itself. All right, you guys, thank you. So I appreciate you guys being here so much. You guys have been awesome with me this entire year. I appreciate you more than you can imagine. My goal is to get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And let's do it, you guys. We still have a little bit of time. I'm blown away at the support from all of you guys. I can't believe that I am past 15,000 subscribers. You love me. You really, really love me. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, enough chatty. You guys are awesome. Have a super Merry Christmas. Big hugs to each and every one of you, and I will see you next time. Bye.